new season is dawning for Africa as brokenness and destitution give way to a robust and vibrant future. At the Inspire 2020 E-Conference, great minds unite to ready Africa to steward her own destiny. From the 10th to the 15th of August, we are talking Africa beyond the horizon, because the future is African.
On to our next speaker. Our next speaker is not only an inspirational speaker, but also a entrepreneur. He currently is the Chief Executive Officer of Stephen Akintayo Consulting. No clues for guessing what his name is. He also runs an organization called JIT Media and Investment Limited, which is the leading firm in Nigeria, and their services span from digital marketing, website, bulk SMS, which he started his business with just a few dollars and has grown it into a multinational, multi-million-dollar business. Stephen also co-founded Gilead Balm Group Services, which has assisted a number of businesses in Nigeria to move to enviable levels by helping them to reach their clients through an enormous nationwide database of real phone numbers and email addresses. He's also the founder and president of Infinity Foundation and the Stephen Akintayo Foundation, which is an indigenous non-governmental organization that is assisting orphans and vulnerable children, as well as mentors young minds in Nigeria. He's popularly called Pastor Stephen, and has also founded Omonaija, which is an online radio station, and SATV in Lagos, which is currently streaming 24 hours a day with the capacity to reach every country in the world. I would like to introduce our next speaker. Please welcome Stephen Akintayo as he comes to talk to us and engage us on the issue of the role of the young generation. Welcome, Stephen. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for having me, Ben. It's a real privilege to be here. And I'm already feeling like this is a Uganda conference. How many Ugandans are here? Just to have, if you are Ugandan, just type me. Let me see. I just want to have a feel. If you're from South Africa, can you type South Africa? If you're from South Africa, type South Africa. If you're from Ghana, type Ghana. If you're from Nigeria, type Nigeria. Okay, just type your country. I can see Kenya. I can see few South Africans. I can see Congo, Kinshasa. Okay, like a little bitty tiny Nigerian. Let me see who else is here. Kenya, Uganda. Okay, so well, I've told one of the organizers of this event I want to visit, Uganda. I see Sweden. I just have to visit. After this conference, I have to come to Uganda. It will be a crime not to visit. I can see USA. Oh, good to know. Let me see on Facebook. Okay, UAE is also here. UK is here. Kenya. So we have majority Ugandans, and then we have Kenyans also here. Okay, but it's beautiful. I can see, okay, Uganda. Oh, okay. Ooh. Do we have a presidential candidate in Uganda here? Do we? Let me know if we have somebody who's contested. Because I heard a lot about, the country is about going to election. And I wish you guys the best. I hope that the leader after my heart and that will respect the people and bring good governance will emerge by the grace of God. I want to thank the organizers of this event. Thank you for inviting me. It's a honor and privilege to be here. I hope everybody can hear me loud and clear. Okay, I hope everybody can hear me loud and clear. I hope my session will be a bit, we'll open up a bit to all of us who are young. So I want to also ask, just to know those I'm talking to, if you are 45 and below, can you type me? And then if you are 50, 45 above, like 46 and above, can you type old me? Don't be angry that I said you should type old me. Just want to have an idea of those I'm dealing with. Okay, so you can see a few old me here, and we can see majority of us are, of course, younger, 45 and young. So good, I'm happy then. That means that I'm talking to the right people, and I'm not going to bore you guys. I want to start by saying this conference is very important, and I will just be here for less than an hour, and I want you to just give me your attention. This conference is very, very important. We need more of it, and kudos to the organizers. Thank you for having me. I know this is the first session I'm going to be doing. I'm told I'm doing another session on Saturday. But please just give me a few minutes, and I promise you to be worth a while. I want to start by introducing myself. I'm going to share my screen right now. Sometimes my introduction can be a bit long, but it helps to give some context, right, to my speech. Okay, so a brief background. I'm sorry, the profile that was read is quite old. I'm currently now the CEO of GTES Global and the lead consultant, Stephen Akintayo Consulting and Stephen Akintayo Foundation. Basically, I do a lot around real estate now, even more real estate, investment coaching and consulting, digital marketing. So if you know Nigeria a bit, maybe you know a few of this. We just signed Jim Ike, he's a Nigerian actor, as a brand ambassador for our real estate company here in Nigeria. And then that's Tope Makudige, she's a presenter. Okay, this is my new show. I'm going to show you later a brief about the new show I'm starting. This is an ace comedian in Nigeria. I received several awards. I think some of you should know Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. If you know him, type I know him. I know many Africans are no longer as familiar about presidents, but Olusegun Obasanjo is somebody a lot of you should know. And I know many of you should know Bishop Oyedepo, because Winners Chapel is quite spread across Africa. I've received several awards. This was recently from Ghana, an institute in Ghana. And one of the quotes I like, I have several quotable quotes. If you lead well, you will live well. The problem of Nigeria, and in many cases Africa, is not fiscal laziness, but mental laziness. Our biggest problem in Africa is not that we're lazy as a people, but honestly, mentally, we do not like to tax ourselves. And this is one of the major problems of our political leaders. Before people, win election in Africa, they promise you heaven and earth. We're going to do this, road, electricity, water. And then once they get into power, they start giving you the typical excuse, the economy is bad, our natural resources is dwindling. And the reason is simply because the president is not willing to mentally tax his or herself. What is different between Uganda and Dubai? For heaven's sake, Dubai is sand and water. Uganda is better than sand and water. If you agree with me, I agree with you. So why is Dubai better in terms of infrastructure, in terms of economy? Okay, why? And we're talking about in barely just 20, 25 years, Dubai has turned to one of the most sought after destinations in the world. You know why? The leadership did mental work. If you have been to Dubai before, you know the Emiratis don't like physical work, right? They even dress in white. So these are people who ain't going to do much physical work. But there's a lot of mental work that is making that nation get better and better by the day. I don't know if you agree with me that mental work is better than physical work. And I want everybody to type it right now. Can everybody help me type right there? Mental work is better than physical work. Everybody, come on. I want to read it now. Okay? I like a very interactive class, by the way. I don't know whether you guys were told. So I like my class being very interactive, and I like to see your comments and what you guys are saying and things like that. So again, mental work. Okay, mental work, beautiful. I can see a lot of you are saying it. Beautiful. So we have a challenge, and we're currently drawing. It's called the B2 challenge. And part of it, what I'm going to be sharing will be around this delay gratification. Imagine the B2 car. Many of you remember the Volkswagen B2 car. Did you ever reign in Kenya and Uganda? Okay, and you know, in Nigeria in the 70s and the early 80s, it was the best car. You know, today now you can't drive such a car. And we're talking about, imagine you invested in real estate when this car was in vogue. Imagine what this will have become. This is my new TV show. It's going to be airing very soon. But let me just play a clip for you. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay, beautiful.
It has opened doors for me. That has enabled me to do other things. I've traveled all over the world. I've been on.
The picture is not moving.
I hope somehow you guys will be able to watch this. This is, so I'm wrapping up my introduction. During COVID, we've distributed over 5 million worth of food items and, you know, kits to most vulnerable through our foundation, our company. One of the things I'm going to be talking about is wealth creation. And I want you to all type for me here. You need, Africa needs money to help the most vulnerable. Can everybody type that? Africa needs money to help the most vulnerable. One of the major, you know, stuff I've realized in Africa is greed and selfishness. People want to become rich in Africa just for me and my family. And we're not thinking about the fact that God bless you so that you can be in a position to help vulnerable people and people who cannot help themselves. That's the reason. I don't know if you want to be, you know, financially, particularly those of you who are young, I don't know if you want to be financially prosperous. You want to be very, okay? Never forget that. The reason God blesses you with money is so that you can look for people who can't help themselves. Now, I'm not talking of the handouts and dashing people, but look out for people who cannot help themselves. An orphan can't help themselves. The kids in the IDP camps, in some of the war, you know, by the way, Nigeria, in the northern part of the country, there's so much terrorism. I know that something like that is happening some part of Kenya. Okay, people in those IDP camps cannot help themselves. And one of the reasons why you should desire to be rich is so that you can reach out to such people. Now, I started my business 12 years ago, okay, with just $10. And we've grown that to a multi-million-dollar corporation and a multi-billionaire corporation today. And it started with just a small business called Buck SMS Business. It was a telecom business, you know. But one major thing that's helped me to grow is the place of role models and mentorship. Can everybody type, I need a role model, I need a mentor? Come on, everybody type that. Now, and I need you to understand that you need role models and mentors who have similar stories like yours. This is one of my role models. His name is Damian John. He's the founder of Fubo, and he's done over $6 billion in transaction. But he started his business with just $40. So now you can understand why I connected with someone like this, because the story is the same. The skin color is the same. but he's done what most African Americans couldn't do, right? I met him 2018.
What's up to all the students in Stephen Akintayo's class? I just want to say, let him keep coaching you. Hopefully putting you on the right track. I just met the man. I think he's amazing. What's up?
Hello, David.
There you go. All right, get focused.
Now, I showed you this because one of the reasons why I'm here is because I am very conscious of the fact that we must prioritize mentorship and coaching in Africa if we will grow. Now, in the US, for example, in the UK, once you earn to a certain level, you start a coaching program, okay? Even though you charge for it, but you start one. And that model, particularly in the US, has become one of the major tools that has helped to raise many millionaires and, of course, billionaires in developed countries. But in Africa, an average African man who is a millionaire or billionaire, okay, is secretive about how he got there. Okay, he doesn't run any mentorship program. Many do not even have a book where they mentor or share some of the secrets. Of course, I agree that a whole lot of them couldn't do that because their money isn't legit and corruption, was how they got most of the money. But there are some Africans who got their money legitimately and still will not invest in mentoring. I don't know if you agree with me that we need to mentor Africans. If you agree, type I agree. Come on, guys. Talk to me. If you agree that there's a need for serious mentorship to go on, right? It's critical. And I feel if we can do more of that, we will take Africa to the next level. Now to my topic for the day, the role of youth, okay, or your young generation in Africa. And as it comes to the new, beyond the African horizon, okay, what's the role of the youth here? I'm a young person, I'm in my 30s. And one critical thing I need us to know is that we have a very young population, okay? And the youth is the backbone of any nation. Any nation that will go far, the youth is the backbone. The youth has the capability to change the world. I mean, look at what happened in North Sudan. How, 22, 23-year-old ladies, young ladies, took back the country from a brutal dictator camouflaging as a civilian president or as a democratic elected president. We are the ones to fix Africa. The older generation have failed. I did a video one time ago, and I was accusing people in their 60s to 80 in my country as the people who finished our country. And it's unfortunate that they still want to determine our future. The future they ain't gonna future in. The time is up for old people. We need young people, okay? And we have the numbers. We have all it takes. But you see, we have been crippled. Poor education, no jobs. Young people are struggling to get a job. And so many young Africans are thinking, I need to travel, I need to leave the country. And that's the only way I can become very successful. But we must be the change agents. Nobody's going to come fix Africa for you. Nobody's going to fix Uganda for you. Nobody will do that. Nobody will fix Kenya. Nobody will fix Ghana. And not the old people, by the way. Not the old president of Nigeria is going to fix Nigeria. It's Max, he has another 20 years to live. Or the old president of Ghana. You need to understand that these people are not even aware of the tool needed to change the country. For example, how do you solve unemployment? You need what we call digital jobs, right? Digital jobs. Now, when you have a president that does not know how to operate an iPad, how does he even understand the concept of digital jobs? Right? How? Where will that come from? When you have ministers, right, who do not know, if I talk about Fiverr, Upwork, freelancing, okay, they don't know what that is, right? They don't know what that is. And these are some of the things that can help. Coding, programming, okay? mobile apps, starting companies with just a mobile app. Look at what happened to Uber. Uber is the Asian taxi business. All they added was GPS and an app, and see what has happened to it. When you have leaders who do not understand all this, they cannot begin to look for, because that's actually how the jobs will come. We keep shouting agriculture, agriculture. But you see, the biggest problem of agriculture in Africa is not even the farming, it's the distribution. It's the distribution. And for you to do that again, you need technology. You need apps, you need softwares, you need tools that can make sure that tomato will move from one location in Uganda and can get across to Kenya, right? You know Rwanda is literally does not have, to go by road from Rwanda, right, to Kenya, by road, you probably would do almost 8 hours. By air, it's just with proper technology, then you can do cargo movement of goods and services. And this can bring the cost of things down. But you agree with me that a whole lot of movement of goods still go by the road between Rwanda and Kenya, right? And East Africa. So there's a whole lot that we are the ones who can fix the problems we're going through. We know what it is. We are conversant with the technologies available, and we are the ones that also know where the shoe is pinching us. We are the ones to fix it. Can everybody watching me type? I, Stephen Akintayo, have all it takes to fix Africa. Can everybody type that? Come on. I need everybody to comment that. I need to engage me right here. Can everybody type that ASAP? I, Stephen Akintayo, put your name, of course. I have what it takes to fix Africa. So the first thing I think that we need to begin to seek for is that we need young people to participate in politics, in governance, okay, in industries, in businesses. But what if I fail? Things are not okay. Listen to me. You just have to still do it. When I started my business, I remember I had no choice. My mother had died of ovarian cancer. And I was supposed to spend 4 years in the university. I spent 8 years. I remember printing 100 CVs with a cover letter that stated that they should not give me a job until I prove myself for 6 months that I can deliver value. Yet no company will give me a job. At that point, I knew if I have to hold my destiny in my hands or I'm finished. It's one of the critical things I share with people over and over and over again, that when you get to the bottom, there's nowhere else to go than the top. And I started our business. I remember I used to, paste posters. I do black and white adverts to market my bulk SMS business. I used to trek many miles. Sometimes I leave home in the morning and I get back 12:30, leaving a vehicle called Molue, where you can have almost 300 people in one bus. And one day I dropped from that Molue bus and tears were rolling down my eyes because I was a graduate. In Nigeria, I couldn't get a job and I couldn't really grow my business. I was struggling. And I remember something said to me, why cry? A time will come when you will share your story with people and they will not believe it. This is only a phase. Keep at it. And today, the story has changed. In the same Nigeria, I have grown a multi-million-dollar corporation, a multi-billionaire corporation. Not only that, we're present in Dubai as a registered company, in the US, in the UK, and of course, also here in Africa. And we're trying to expand to other parts of Africa. Okay, it happened, but the whole business started here in the same messed up place. One of the things I always tell young people is this: the darker the environment, the brighter you will shine. Can everybody help me type that right now? Come on, I need energy, everybody. Can you type? And in fact, let's personalize this so that we can make it quite interesting. The darker the environment I, Stephen Akintayo, operates, the brighter light will shine. Come on, everybody, can you type that again? The darker the environment, light will shine. So as young people, I understand we're going through a whole lot of tough times, right? These old people who don't want to give us our country. I know, I get it. These old people even will tell you that you don't know what you're saying. You know, in Africa, you must respect elders. And, you know, in my own country, our president even called us lazy youth. I don't know whether your president is saying that to you, whatever part of Africa you're watching this from. But don't worry, we will take over. And it will not be too long. It is very soon. And we're going to fix Africa. I don't know if you're excited about that. If you're excited, type, I'm excited, I'm excited. Come on, guys. Talk to me. If you're excited, type, I'm excited, I'm excited. We realize that the youth of these days now pleasure in making fast money and doing drugs. They now begin to venture into, of course, in Nigeria, we'll call Yahoo, which are illegal businesses. And I want to say that, I mean, we recently, particularly Nigeria, a lot of time I feel so ashamed when I travel out, because once they see my green passport, the perception is that something must be wrong. I can't be legit. I may be another hush puppy who stole money, right? Even when, you know, they get the money, they don't use it for anything valuable. You know, we see young people going to gambling, you know, and so many things. But I want to challenge all the young people today that we can do better than this. Look at the graphs as it relates to drugs usage among young people. Can you see? In terms of alcohol, is off the roof in terms of number of people, and we're talking in the millions. Okay, you know, any illicit drug, you know, is already off the roof around 174 million. Marijuana about 153 million. Prescription drugs 129 million, and you can see it goes on and on and on. But we can change this narrative. And that's why, one more time, can you help me appreciate the organizers of this event? Can everybody just clap for them? You can hit the clap sign. You know, because one of the ways to begin to change this is to give us the right information, is to begin to engage us the right way, is to begin to call us together and have this kind of conversation on how to change the narrative and to change our country and to change our personal story. I mean, look at the estimated population of Africa by 2050. Ladies and gentlemen, look at it. Latin America, see where they will be by 2050. Okay? North America, see where they will be by 2050. Europe is already going to be...
Sorry, Stephen, interrupt you. Your slides are not moving. Apologies. It's still stuck on the Beetle challenge video.
Oh, so sorry, guys. Apologies, right? So sorry. Can you see my slide now?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Beautiful. Thank you. So look at the estimated population of Africa, right? Look at where North America will be. Latin America, Europe is even going to be minus 37. Asia is not too bad, but see Africa. See Africa. Now, can you put this all together? In other words, 2/3 of the world's population will be from Africa. Now, this if you see this, now you begin to understand why everybody wants to have a pie. Everybody wants to have a piece of Africa. A lot of times you see a lot of these developed countries come to Africa. They're not coming because we are the world. You watch 2050 be make Africa involved. And I personally would want to alive. But I believe we are alive to see a problem. I'll be alive to see something with alive to see, and when you go, especially because they do not see us, they do not see you as, they believe is synonymous to that. If you believe, type I believe. Come on, guys, talk to me. If you believe, can you type I believe? That's the Africa I will see by Africa. How we make what to help this whole to develop the youth in Africa is a duty for all, both the old, young, teen. The youth are partakers in developing the youth. We all must take responsibility for developing young people who will change Africa. But you need to know that formal education is not just what is needed now, right? Informal education is key, particularly digital skills. I teach about 20 of them. By the way, you can go to my YouTube channel. I have over 100 videos there, and there are trainings on more than 20 digital skills. I've written, by the way, 35 books. They're all on Amazon. From books alone and coaching and all of that, I earn over 100,000 US dollars. But guess what? That was a skill. I had to learn that skill. And I learned it in a digital way so that I won't be a physical author, but a digital author. And guess what? There are more people buying my books outside Africa than inside Africa. So if I didn't learn digital skills of book publishing digitally and marketing those books digitally, I won't be here. Okay, provision of jobs and employment opportunities for the youth is a key thing. But one of the things I'm doing, and I think more of us should do this, particularly those of us who have stable and successful businesses or career, is to begin to run courses and programs in helping to mentor people digitally in the area of skill that you have that has helped you to build sustainable finance, because that's basically one of the things working against young people. There's no job, there's no purpose, there's no money, there's nowhere to go, right? The young generation have to stop seeing themselves as young anyway. And, there's this language, you are the leaders of tomorrow. We need to start seeing ourselves as the leaders of today. And we need to know that Black lives matter. And I want to, end on this note, but I want to emphasize this. You need to know that you matter. One of the most important things that has changed my life has been, if not for COVID, by the way, this year alone, despite COVID, between January and middle March, I visited more than 20 cities of the world, right? And the intention was I should have visited by 69 countries, cities of the world by now, if not for COVID. But every time I go anywhere in the world, I raise my head up high because I know Black lives matter. I know even if you think we don't matter now, by 2050, you will know we matter. And I want you to understand that this is the beginning of the journey. You matter. You're important. You're special. The world will be messed up years to come if you are not there. And do not let the color of your skin make you feel less. Do not let your accent make you feel less. You're an important person. Your life matters. And the whole racism nonsense will soon end. Because like I said, the world will soon know who matters. But I want to beg everyone here that two poor people cannot help themselves. One must first climb the ladder and get to the top before he can throw the rope to help the other person. Hence, if you truly want to be great, one of the first things you need to understand is that you have to become somebody important. You have to become great. You have to fulfill your potential and maximize your destiny first. Okay? Because, like I said, two poor people cannot help themselves. And I think this is one of the major lies that has been sold to us. We feel that it is wrong to be wealthy. It is bad to be wealthy. But let me tell you what is fueling racism. Poverty. You cannot, listen, you can't be poor and have a good self-esteem. It goes with the package. And that's why the conversation around Africans prioritizing assets instead of liability, Africans prioritizing assets instead of liability needs to come to the forefront. Conversation around is not just formal education that you need. It's not just being look at, I was in Tyler Perry's studio in Atlanta, Georgia, early this year. And I remember he was sharing something very powerful. He said, when my mates were busy talking about not getting Oscar awards and getting one award or the other, I was busy owning studios. Today, Tyler Perry's studio is bigger than HBO, Disney studios, all combined. And guess what? The awards have started coming because the man saw the bigger picture. Rather than complain, we blacks, where they don't like us, go for building wealth. Look at what's happening in South Africa. The wealth in the hands of white South Africans was about, 85% of all the wealth in South Africa was with the whites as at the time that Nelson Mandela became the president of South Africa. As of today, 95% of the wealth in South Africa is in the hands of the whites. So what happened? How come, despite the black South Africans are now presidents, the wealth is still in the hands of the white South Africa? Because listen to me, you can free a man physically, but his mind may still be in slavery. And mental slavery is bigger, stronger than physical slavery. And that is one of the things that happened to Nelson Mandela. He was physically enslaved, but mentally he was a free man. And that's what needs to happen to Africa. We don't just need formal education. We need to learn how to build businesses. We need to learn how to own businesses. We need to learn how to own assets, how to buy lands, and how to own the land, and how to transfer those land from one generation to another. We need to learn how to build businesses and how to transfer those businesses from one generation to another. We need to learn how to prioritize mental resources above physical resources across the globe. Countries that are doing well are not doing well because of physical resources. They are doing well because of mental resources. We need to begin to prioritize human resource above physical resources. We are killing ourselves over gold, over diamond, over all these other physical resources, over oil. And countries that do not have any of it are richer than us, are taking advantage of our division, of our religious division, tribal division, and they're exploiting us. Many countries in Africa is nothing but a raw material warehouse for European countries, for the Western world. In fact, Nigeria was created specifically to be a source of raw material to the Western world. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. The real conversation is to build wealth. Thank God for education. You need it. I'm educated. Particularly the white collar Oyibo man education. Good, needed. But we need to go back to the real education, which is apprenticeship, mentorship. Somebody is successful in a business, go and work under him and start your own after a while. Somebody is able to come up with a solution. Let's support him and invest in that solution and keep it an African solution. This is how young people can take over, and we can change Africa and can move beyond this, this status quo that has been placed over, this limitation that has made blackness to be synonymous to lack. In my lifetime, I have vowed blackness will be synonymous to wealth. Blackness will be synonymous to wisdom. Blackness will be synonymous to dignity, integrity, and character. I want to thank everybody for listening. I hope I've been able to share a few things. I'm willing to take questions. Thank the organizers once again for inviting me. Apologies that I know some of you have been here for a long time, that I too came and bore you or probably excite you a little bit. But thank you for being here. God bless you.
Wow. Wow, Stephen, I'm sorry, I honestly have to say I don't like this kind of clapping that can't be heard, because I think you deserve a standing ovation. I mean, your climax there was rousing. The hair on my arms stand, just, I wanted to go out and just shake everyone in the continent and say, you know what, we've got to do this. Right, so we're going to take some questions, but I think I'll probably start by picking up on some of the things that you said that have caught my attention, and I'm sure everyone else's. And then we'll take some questions. If you have any, of course, do send us your questions. We'll pass on to Stephen, and then so we can try to wrap up in the next maybe 10-15 minutes for today's session. We have been insistent on trying to make sure we keep time. We're going to try and do. There's something you said, Stephen, that Wafola mentioned again. I know I've been mentioning Paul a lot. He is being a true gem in terms of the things he's been out from the vision. What you said about the transfer of businesses across generations. Paul mentioned in one of his epilogues about how anywhere that you look, most other cultures, if you look at the Jews or the Indians, I think the only culture that maybe does it well in Africa is the Eritreans. Wherever they go, they will try to help each other to make sure that they thrive. This whole issue of two poor people not being able to help themselves, that's funny, and yet it's so true about us, isn't it? Yeah. And so we keep going on and crying about everything. You talked about mental work being better than physical work. And you used two very good examples of, I think, if you look at Dubai and Uganda, and the difference simply being that, I mean, it's about one system applying mental work, other, well, we know how that's gone. Let me start with the first question arising from what you said about prioritizing and not liability. And I'll tag it into what you finished with, that really rousing finish that you had. For the very longest time, you get the feeling that we've got this victim mentality in Africa. When you see a white person, you're thinking about what you can get from them. How do I benefit? How do I beg them for some money? How badly do you think that sort of negativity has affected us as a continent, especially aligned with the fact that we know that God told us to be positive about everything, right? If everything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. How badly do you think that has affected us as a continent? The fact that we seem to thrive more on just being negative and adopting a victim mentality, as opposed to trying to believe we can, as you have been saying the entire evening.
Well, thank you very much. That's a very good question. I feel what we practice in Africa is called the crab mentality. Now, if you put one crab, let's assume this is a bucket. You put one crab in this bucket, in 1 minute, the crab is out. But you put 3, 4, 5 crab there. When one wants to go out, the other hold the leg, and that way pull the other crab back in. So you can have those crab in the bucket for 1 year, none of them will escape. And that's what we practice in Africa, right? One person is trying to get to the top, we pull him down. Oh, who is he? Don't mind him, he's a thief. Oh, oh, he has 20 wives. Oh, he doesn't have this. And we then rubbish the person and we bring the person there. I often say that Africans, or in Africa, it looks as if we don't have heroes, because you know why? We do not celebrate heroes until they die, right? Is when, and the funny thing is that a typical African is a hero when he or she dies, no matter how bad it is. Right? When the person is alive, everybody's like, don't mind him. He's a terrible man. But the day he dies, oh, he was what a man. And that's why we're where we are, because we actually are supposed to begin to honor people who are doing well when they are alive, so that we can encourage them to do more, and then build great people who can help us build great institutions. But to the question of when the low self-esteem when we see white people, it's the continuation of the slavery and the colonial mentality, that has been passed on mentally. Even though a white man is no longer your colonial master, but mentally, you see a white skin, you just believe he knows better. You just believe that he's somehow better than you. And as such, a slave does not own anything. You see, the master owns everything. And so a slave must beg the master for everything. And that's why you see that mentality of, you see a white man, you want to get from him, because the mentality is still that of a slave, okay? That, you need the master to give you something. But until we begin to look, first of all, respect each other. And I think that's key, right? Begin to celebrate each other. That's the priority. This literally, almost everywhere you go in Africa, you will see dead people. Almost everywhere you go in Africa, somebody is stolen a tomato. Obviously, the person is hungry. They put tire on the person and burn him alive. Who does that? So until, you see in Africa, your blood brother is owing you some money, maybe because he misbehaved, he lost some money, which is normal to starting a business. You can go on social media and say, Paul Wafula is my brother, but he stole my money. Nobody should talk to Paul again. He's a thief, he's a criminal. Meanwhile, in developed country, you can take the person to court. You even still have coffee when you are still in court. Both of you lawyers will still come, and you still talk like civilized people to each other and resolve the issue. But in Africa, we must fight. We must get higher assassin. We must box each other. And so and that is still typical of a slave. If you study, slavery, you realize that was what used to happen then, right? Even the masters enjoy putting two slaves together to fight each other. So what am I saying? Until we begin to respect ourselves, respect the skin, the color of your skin. Respect, I tell people, I say, fine boy, no pimples, right? I don't need to spend too much to maintain my skin. Black is beautiful. There's no need to tone anything. I am the perfect image of God, right? If you are darker than me, you are too dark. You are fairer than me, you are too fair. You are taller than me, you are too tall. You are shorter than me, you are too short. You are fatter than me, you are too fat. You are skinnier than me, you are too skinny. I am the perfect image of God. If you have not seen how God looks like, you see me, you have seen God. Until we begin to love ourselves as well as loving our neighbors, our fellow Africans, and respecting them for who they are. Of course, knowing that no one is perfect and that we all still have our excesses, but still learn to respect each other despite our weaknesses and challenges, we can move Africa forward.
Wow. I mean, first of all, I'm going to ask, what do you eat? Because I want some of that. I need some of that confidence. I thought I had a very good self-confidence listening to you. I'm thinking, man, I need my game. And actually, that brings me to the next question, which is from Nathan. Before I do, we need to find out how much money Paul Wafula owe you. I know you said it jokingly, but it sounded like you were hurt. If he owes you money, let us know. We'll try and and put tires around him and threaten to if he doesn't pay you, right? Um, so Nathan is asking, saying, what do we do about changing the attitude of African youth to stir them up to the things that you're thinking about? Because I mean, like you're saying, the biggest problem is we've got an attitude problem. It's been going on for generations. What do we do to make sure that we get African young people to think the way that you're thinking, to act the way that you're acting? What's the trigger? What do we do to get?
What we need to do is we need to sell a new vision of Africa, right? You see, you know, I did a piece on my Instagram today at Stephen Akintayo on Instagram about how I used to be, as one of my staff once said to me, he said, you know, Mr. Stephen, I noticed you have built capacity to work with any and all types of people. You know, and I remember I just chuckled and laughed because I wasn't that tolerant before. What made me to become tolerant was vision. I realized that if where you're going is short, you need few people. If where you're going is far, you need a whole lot of people. And if you agree that there are more bad people than good people, and if you then say that if you are going far, you need more people, what does that tell you? You will have to have some bad people in your camp if you're going to win, right? As a result, you then need to be a lot more tolerant, a lot more patient with people as you move along that journey. And I think that's what we need to first do. Sell a new vision of Africa. What is possible, despite our differences, despite the disadvantages, despite the challenges we face. Africa. You go to America, you hear the American dream, right? You go to all these places. There's a dream, there's a vision, there's what is possible. Where is the African dream? What exactly is the picture? And that's why I love Wakanda for life, right? You know, because for the first time, you had a blockbuster movie that tried to paint to you what that African vision could be like, right? There was advancement, but it was still African, it was still unique, you know, but there was a whole lot of technological advancement, and there was young people running the show. So for the first time, you were seeing a vision being painted. We need more of that.
Unfortunately, we have run out of time. There's a whole bunch of questions. We still have you for the rest of the week, so we'll get to interact with you a little bit, of course, for you on Instagram and other places. I know it was coming up to 10 p.m., at least here in Kampala. What a big thank you to everyone who's joined us. I mean, almost everyone who started with us. We must have still 200 people with us relating to the night. We hope there were no people who had some supper for husbands. We hope they understand that you had to try and get some wisdom, change your entire livelihoods as a king. Looking forward to tomorrow. Some of the things to look forward to, as we say, a big thank you to Stephen. Give him a big clap. I wish we could do a really loud hand clap. I don't like virtual claps. They just don't sort of capture. Lots of exciting forward to tomorrow. We'll start with a very big one, which is Africa ready?
Some people are asking for my handle,
right?
So I'm trying to type that. So at Stephen Akintayo, my Stephen has a PH on Twitter, Instagram, and on TikTok. Then at Stephen Akintayo TV on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on YouTube. By the way, I have over 800 free videos, right, on different digital skills you can do on YouTube. They're all there for free. So you can reach out there, and if you have more questions, you can send them to me. But I'm still going to be back on Saturday, God willing, and we advance this discussion. Again, I want to say a big thank you to the organizers. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. And this is a good job. I'm really impressed. Really, really impressed. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Steve. And I guess it's beautiful things about the Internet of Things, isn't it? That as far as you are, we're able to interact with you and stay in touch. And of course, we look forward to being in Uganda. We've got some special food that we've got lined up for you. You have heard of a Rolex. We'll make sure we keep a very, very big for you when you come. Right. So a quick preview for tomorrow then. So we've got a very special session about West Africa is ready to take advantage of the fourth industrial revolution. That's going to be something to look forward to, but also how can you disrupt yourself beyond the horizon? That's going to be a big thing to look for. We've got some special speakers, and that's the beginning. We still have all the way until the weekend to go, so you don't want to miss. Continue the discussion online. Go to facebook.com, look for Inspire Synergy, and of course our hashtag Inspire 2020 and Inspire Synergy 2020. Otherwise, on behalf of the entire Inspire, on behalf of my host for today, Emma and Liz, and of course the organizing committee and our speakers and our panelists, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for being with us. I guess we will catch you tomorrow. Tell a friend, get a notebook so you can take some notes. These are things that you're going to need to remember. I hope that I haven't forgotten anything to add on this, Emma. Otherwise, if there's nothing else, I think we'll call it a wrap for tonight and say have a great night, and we'll catch you same time tomorrow. Be in early so we can try and catch up and have a discussion. Otherwise, if you enjoyed the session today, let me pick up from Vivian and what he's been saying. If you've enjoyed the session today, why don't you type, say, I am blessed, right, before you go away. That would be good. You can just say, type, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. I also see lots of those. And if you are blessed, do share, okay? You've got the link to the Zoom, you've got the link to the Facebook pages. Why don't you share this with friends? Because this is life-changing stuff. The kind of things that change your life forever. Make sure you don't do it alone. Remember what even said, two poor people cannot help themselves. So let's go and get some other people along the way and make sure that they can come and engage and from this wealth of wisdom from some people that are of their time to come and be with us. Otherwise, what I say, a good night. I think we'll have a closing prayer from somebody. I'll ask Emma to lead us in that and do a quick close prayer before we wrap up the session.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for the time that we've had together. What a session this day. The amount of wisdom that you have brought to us. We are so thankful. Thank you for Stephen. Thank you for George. What a wonderful, and Paul, what a wonderful set of speakers that we've had today. We are so grateful for what we've had. Lord, you, even our Father, beckoned on us that it's not the hearers of the word, but the doers of the word. Let us be people who will do and put these things to practice. We thank you so much for the day. We bless you and we honor you. Bless everyone who has been part of this. We give you glory and honor. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. And then a big thank you to everyone. You feel free to leave if you want to do that now. Again, we just need you share the hashtag, share the link with your friends. Try and make sure you get as many people you can to join us tomorrow, because this is the kind of stuff you want to miss. From the entire crew, we want to say have a good night. We'll see you same time tomorrow. That is 7 p.m. East African time, or 16 hours GMT, whatever you might be around. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.